So it's spooky season here in Orlando, and the premier spooky season event, of course, is going to be Halloween Horror Nights over at Universal Orlando. But sometimes you got to get yourself pumped up a little bit and get ready to attend that event, and we're doing just that tonight with a little aperitif over here at Howl-O-Scream at SeaWorld. And we got the whole Scream squad with us tonight. Everybody decided to come out. Vicky's here, Margie's here, got Isaac, JJ, Andrew, and everybody's ready to roll. And this one might be the surprise, and we're going to have to talk a little more about Andrew being here a little bit later on.
So for those of you who are unfamiliar with Howl-O-Scream, this is SeaWorld's Halloween event that they host during the evenings in the fall. And this is actually the 4th year they've been hosting this event, but last year this event actually received some pretty big acclaim, as it was actually rated the best theme park Halloween event by USA Today's Reader's Choice Awards last year. Now, SeaWorld's decided to up their game a little bit this year as they've introduced 4 new haunted houses, 3 new scare zones, 2 new themed bars. Now, that sounds like a pretty full list, but that's just the new items as they've brought back some of their fan favorites, making it a total of 5 houses, 7 scare zones, and 5 theme bars. Now, this event, as in past years, is typically hosted around sirens, and these sirens only have one goal in life, and that's, well, to end yours. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys, this is a little more of a mature video. There's going to be some flashing lights. We are going to go inside the haunted houses. I will not spoil it all, as I'm not going to show you guys everything, but a couple quick questions we really wanted to answer on this. Was this event deserving of its #1 rating? Also, is just in general this event worth going to? And is it okay for kids? We've ran the gamut in this one as we brought children from the ages of 8 all the way up to 17, but we're going to see how all the kids that are with us wind up handling it. Now, this event, just like at Universal, SeaWorld states that it really is geared more toward people of the age of 13 or older, and we're really going to test that theory as the youngest child attending with us on this trip is Andrew at 8 years old. Now, before anybody goes nuts in the comments on me for us having an 8-year-old at an event like this, Andrew's been begging to come for 2 years, and he's gotten out. There is an adult with us that if it gets too scary and Andrew wants to leave, he can go at any point in time he wants to go.
So we decided to come out a little early and attend this event before we go to Halloween Horror Nights, and the reason being is Andrew is with us, and it's going to be his first time ever at Halloween Horror Nights, and because of that fact, we really would like to see how he's going to handle it first. So in order to best do that, we're like, let's go to Howl-O-Scream, see how he takes it in, and see how bad Halloween Horror Nights possibly is going to be, or if it's going to be worthwhile and still have a good time. As I think this will be a good starter for him. So Elizabeth, what are your expectations of this compared to Halloween Horror Nights? Which one do you think is going to be better, bro?
Halloween Horror Nights.
How do you know? Come on, bro. You got to give this a fair shot.
Actually, that first scare zone was pretty cool. It just wasn't as scary as a Halloween.
I don't even know that was a scare zone. I think that was just us walking in, and there we go. Yellow shots.
Now, right after you walk into the event, you're going to have a choice, and that choice is left or right, and we chose right and ran smack into the Bloodlight District, the first scare zone that you see as you're walking toward the right-hand side of the park. The Bloodlight District is exactly what it looks like, kind of theming after the Red Light District, except this one's with vampires.
I'm going to have to get the mic out and mic the girls up.
Nice neck.
Yes, please.
Nice knife.
Nice neck.
Oh, hey, you want to bite?
And Andrew's running already.
This is the first time we've been to SeaWorld ever, so it's going to be interesting finding our way around, and it's going to be a different experience than the Halloween Horror Nights that we're used to. But so far, the scare zones have been pretty incredible. I'm pretty impressed with it, really. And we are about to go into the ultimate gamble, and Lexi and I are mic'd up for this one, so here we go.
Now, as Victoria mentions, the first house we arrive at is the ultimate gamble, and it winds up being a double house, as a returning fan favorite, Delirium 666, winds up right behind this house, so as soon as you exit, you wind up in the line for that one. But this particular house, the ultimate gamble, is where the stakes are life and death, and every step could be your last. This house offers a chilling blend of high-stake thrills and ghastly terror. Will you beat the odds and escape with your life, or will you become just another ghostly patron trapped in the casino's eternal game? Now, I'll tell you one thing that is trapped in the casino's eternal game, and that is our audio. I had the girls mic'd up so you could hear all these screams that you're seeing on the screen, but unfortunately, due to a combination of technical error and the girls screaming absolutely so loud, it all wound up clipping out.
Make it through there. What the frick? Okay, hold on. What was that bouncy stuff? Would I go through something that's gonna come?
Listen, Gabriella, when I walk, you don't hold me back, you walk with me.
These be terrified.
You're fabulous.
So here we go, Karn Evil Pier. And I'm assuming this will be a scare zone.
Now, if we're trying to find out if this park lives up to the hype of that #1 rating, one of the key things is going to be scare zones. And this park does have several of them, and I'm not going to lie, that Bloodlight District one, the first one we walked through, was actually really good and set the bar high, having me think this was going to be a pretty phenomenal experience. But unfortunately, that's just not the way things went. Outside of that first scare zone, the rest of the scare zones kind of felt lacking. Now, when I say lacking, it's not to do with the scare actors themselves. Actually, we had some of the best interactions with scare actors here, but there's just not great detail and theming in these scare zones, nowhere near the level that we see at a Halloween Horror Nights or some other parks around the country.
The Halloween Horror Nights.
Halloween Horror Nights what?
The Halloween Horror Nights smoke smells much better.
Now, another problem I have with the theming at this park is, well, the park is really big. And so, unfortunately, there's a lot of areas and sections of the park as you walk in between scare zones and houses where there is nothing. It really is not themed, there's no decorations, there's no scare actors, and the reality is it just feels like you're walking around SeaWorld at night.
We are getting ready to do Atlantis Journey Below.
Now, the houses kind of felt like the scare zones in some senses, in that sense that some were good and some were hit or miss.
I don't know which one's
I know one of these holes are gonna have. Oh, the fishies!
Oh, that's... Oh my god, that scared me so bad. Oh, it's yucky. I liked Atlantis. I feel like they could have used more scare actors in it. It was very pretty, but that was the only downfall, but it was fun.
Now, the next house we wound up hitting was Farmhouse 51, and this is one of those houses that I kind of felt like was a miss, but it did have one of the features that Andrew was most, well, not looking forward to, which is the chainsaw, guys. He's been talking for weeks if there was going to be people running around with chainsaws at the event, and he was definitely not looking forward to that.
God. Holy
I thought it was gonna be aliens, but it was scarecrows.
What about the chainsaw? That was your biggest fear.
I was like, oh! I was like, oh my god.
Overall, what do you rate that house?
I think I rated a 9.3.
We are getting ready to walk into the last house of the night. It is Water's Edge Wellness Center. It looks pretty dark in there, and a lot of people are screaming. They're not letting us through like a train like most of the other houses, so we'll see what this one brings. But I'm excited for this one. Where? Okay.
Welcome to the Water's Edge Wellness Center. Thank you.
Now, one thing I can say for sure, after I went back and reviewed all the footage to go ahead and put this video together, the girls got a ton of screams. So to say it's not scary, that would be kind of an understatement, as they were screaming their whole way through this. But the one question I'm going to answer is the first question we asked. Is this deserving of that #1 theme park event in America? And the answer, unfortunately, is no. There's just such stiff competition in this category. Now, in saying that, I'm not saying this is a bad event, because by no means was it not something we had a good time at, but it's just not #1 in its category.
Okay. That was really good house. But it was a little like that was really it was good though.
Now to answer the second question we were asking, even though this is not the #1 event, is it still worth attending this event? And the answer to that one is definitely going to be a yes, but with a few caveats on it. One, we had an incredibly fun time. So the first caveat is going to be price. We attended on a Saturday night. The list price on the tickets was $119.99. Of course, SeaWorld had them on sale. I believe it was for $67.99, and we actually got a little luckier than that and picked them up on a flash sale for $49.99. But we actually had the opportunity earlier on in the season to purchase the tickets for this night for $39.99, which is a pretty good value, and I would definitely jump all over the tickets at that price and attend again. But at $119 or even that $70 price tag, you're pushing too close to the price where I could attend something like a Halloween Horror Nights and actually get a different kind of experience where I don't think I would attend at that price point. Now, another reason I would attend this event would be if you've got younger kids and it's their first time going to one of these Halloween type events at a theme park. The interaction the cast had with the kids was absolutely fantastic and really put them at ease as we went through the park. If you combine that with the low price point, if you can grab like those $39.99 tickets, that gives you a pretty good shot to really go experience this event and see if your kid's actually ready for it. And at $39.99, if you get there and they're not, you're not out so much as compared to going to one of the other events where you may spend over $100 on a ticket. You may need a pricey express pass to get everything done. That's going to be another $100, and all of a sudden you're out a few $100 and have to leave the event because your kid wasn't quite ready for it. And speaking of express, we never felt like we needed it. We were here on a Saturday night. I think the longest we waited for any house was about 20 minutes. And the rides, well, they were pretty much all walk-on for the rides that were open. Now, as for that third question, that one's a little more difficult to answer, and in fact, I can't answer it. The only person who can answer how old somebody should be to go attend this event is going to be you and your kid. You know your kid and how they can handle things. But one thing I will tell you, if you're planning on trying something, maybe try this event first before you commit to something like Halloween Horror Nights at Universal. I think this will give you a good gauge as where you're at. For us, for example, Andrew was 8. Andrew was perfectly fine through this event, and hopefully he's going to be perfectly fine through Halloween Horror Nights, which will be in the next video that we produce. Now, if you're interested in watching that video, go ahead and make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you get the notification when it drops, and hit the like button now and let us know in the comments if you got any questions about this particular event. Thanks for being part of the crew, and thanks for joining us. We'll see you in the next one.
I don't want to go first.
What?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's fine.
All right, are we going or are we staying? Stand right here. All right. Ultimate gamble, here we come. It's pretty impressive looking so far.
I'm really scared.
This up right now.
I don't want to go first.
Too bad. Do you want me to go first, Bree?
Yes, please. Thank you. Oh, I don't want to be behind her.
I'll go behind her. It's fine. I'll go behind her. No, I want to go third. Huh?
You say it's fine?
No, I'm.
You say it's fine?
Yeah, I'm good.
You think it's fine or it's
I'm good. I got this.
it's not fine? It's not fine. Don't go inside.
Wait, but what? I wanted to be in the front.
My hand hurts. Can we let that group in front of us?
No, what?
Oh,
You
They're
scared?
probably going
You
to.
scared?
what now?
Elizabeth is shaking.
If not, stay in the front. Go to the front.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Go ahead.